A lot of times people have asked me, well, how did you start your own company? Do you like taking big bets and gamble? In no way do I really want to be the gambler where I know the percentage of outcome, the probability of winning is against you. I look at how do you become the house. The house is the one that wins with volume, right? So mathematically, risk versus reward, your goal is to be the house, not the gambler. At a very young age, in my 20s, I was sitting down with some of the most successful commodity traders and hedge funds in the world. And some of the best traders who ever lived, they said that if you have a superior money management system, which is a risk system, if you could manage your risk, you could probably make money on arbitrary buy and sell signals. If you can make money at arbitrary, you can make a lot of money when it's not arbitrary. The single most important thing is not to have key man risk and, in essence, plan your own obsolescence, right? So that you're not the bottleneck. Whether your goal is to sell a firm or not, you're always building one, to maximize value. And if you build a firm where you're involved with every last aspect, what kind of value does it have? So ultimately, if I do my job right, I should be able to not do anything. And that's strange from having been working 100-hour weeks for years. But that actually is how you create the most value for the company in the long term. If you're too much in the woods, in the trees, and you're focusing on the minutiae of the day-to-day, it's hard to focus on the strategy and the vision of the firm, and I think that's the ultimate role of the CEO. Adjusting goals and making adaptations isn't a failure of achieving them. That's also something that's extremely important. There are ideas we had early on in the company that flat out didn't work, and instead of forcing the issue and sticking with it, we had to adapt. We don't dwell on something that hasn't perfectly worked out. We move on, we adapt, we adjust, and we are always striving to find what does work. If I thought through a problem and I used logic, as well as I had conviction in the project at hand, then anything's achievable. Believing that the whole time, people are like, well, did you think it was going to be this big? Absolutely. The importance of problem-solving logic and then seeing how it worked in the markets and in business is really the underlying principle, as well as the offering we have to the industry to help them mitigate risk. And if you can help reduce risk and the returns are the same, you now have a far better risk-adjusted investment, and that's what everybody's striving to do in the investment world and the business world as well.